Galaxy 1138 is all clear and clanker free. This is Clone Army Radio.
What is up, Clone Army?
Okay, so the moment that at this point in time of my Star Wars watching and loving is bigger than the I Am Your Father moment is the trench run for the original Star Wars.
Oh.
I can't get enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the excitement, the ticking clock. It's just a few X-Wings and a few TIE fighters. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing over the top. It's just enough realism to get you, man, to get you strapped into the seat, get you in the cockpit. You're wearing the helmet. You're in there with Luke. You've got your target in mind. All you got to do is make it to the target and not get killed by one of the craziest killers in the world and in the galaxy behind you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And by the way, if you don't do this, everybody you know is going to get killed. You know what I mean? In a matter, it's going to get annihilated because we've seen the power of the Death Star already with Alderaan, R.I.P. Rest in pieces. I mean. We know what this Death Star is capable of, and if this doesn't happen, not only is Luke gonna get killed, I mean everyone he knows is gonna get killed. And there's hope. There's just sitting there, and it's like, all the cuts, the scenes, the cuts in between everything. It's just like Vader and Luke, and then back into the command center, and then this, and then that, and a shot of the X-Wing, and then the X-Wing, and then the TIE fighters are shooting it, and it's just like all the quick cuts are just synchronized so well. And then you got the music on top of it, and the goal, and then it's like, and then he turns off his computer. He's like, look, you turned off your carrying computer. Is everything okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, thank God, because we thought you were dead. So thought we were all dead.
Nobody was getting words spoken to him from a dead man.
Yeah, you're just at the edge of your seat, man. This part just sucks you in, and you're in there, And then those and then he shoots, and those two little things go in there. I don't even know how they turn. I don't even know how they do like the whoop.
Yeah, was that the Force maybe?
Was he using the Force?
I don't know.
That's a great question, because the Force is strong with this one.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. Vader says it, and he's turning that little knob on his thing, and he's like, oh, I can't get him. He's so wiggly, and he's moving just enough. He's just like, just sit still for a second so I can kill you. Vader's thinking. And he's like, the Force is strong with this one. And that's when I'm like, that's what I need. It always clicks to me. Like, that's when he knows it's his son, That's when I always like to believe it, when it happens. So yeah, the trench run, all the suspense and the thrills and the roller coaster ride and the payoff and the explosion and the stakes and the ticking clock and the music and the tension and then the Han Solo clear. You take the shot, kid. You're all clear. Woohoo! Han Solo gets a little piece of the action, and he gets he just left to take the money and run, but he comes back to save the day, so he gets a little hero moment. A little redemption, and it's great. The trench run, it's to me at this point in time my top seed. and I don't know. I love it. I think it's a tough moment to beat the New Hope. And then, he proves it. Luke proves that he's the Hope that everyone thought he was. The trench run. There you have it.
That was actually my number one earlier this week. And funny, it's not on my list, but it was for everything you just said. Like, I mean, I made a couple of notes about it that I had on my computer, and it's pretty much what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on everything I was going to, and I mean, man, you actually said it though too. Han shows back up and saves the day.
Yeah.
Because Vader was locked on Luke.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, maybe trusting in the Force, maybe Luke still would have pulled that off somehow, but Han was there, man. Perfect timing. Clears it up, and yeah, Luke takes the shot. That's a great pick. It really is. It's one of the best moments ever.
And I think it set up just the franchise, to deliver many levels for a long time. And I think people have been measuring, they measure all the movies from that moment, from that movie. They measure all the other movies. Is it good as Star Wars? That's the measuring stick. That's where it starts. And it stands the test of time. I mean, who doesn't love A New Hope? Notice I call it A New Hope now. I don't call it Star Wars.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, I followed in line with everybody else, I think. Just so you know what I'm talking about. I mean, they set their clocks by this moment. You know what I mean? The Battle of Yavin, right? 4, or is that the run? Yavin 4 or Yavin? If they set their clocks by it, it has to be the definitive moment of Star Wars.
It is, yeah.
So
there are people that celebrate New Year's Eve with it, with the Death Star exploding at midnight. So
like our world,
our world. Like, there are people that's their New Year's Eve celebration. So that's how big it's become.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. So they set up the movie at a certain time from a certain point of the movie, and then
they start the movie at a certain point and then watch it all the way through, and when midnight hits is when the Death Star explodes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, the trench run was
epic.
Yeah. That's the perfect word for it, is epic.
Epic, intense, epic, and when you're done, you're just like, whew. You know what I mean? You're just done. You're just, what else? I mean, you can't just that time to celebrate. I mean, I remember seeing it in the movie theater when they re-released it, and everyone's just clapping and high-fiving, and cheers go up. It's one of those moments in cinematic history that just leaves you breathless. So, and thankful and hopeful, and the bad guys lost, the good guys won. Time to celebrate. Medal for you. Not you.
I'll never understand that one.
I know. He was right there too. Well, maybe because he didn't shoot the gun. I don't know.
He was part of the team, man. He should have been acknowledged. But then if you think about it, did Wedge get a medal?
No, Wedge didn't get a medal. Right.
Yeah. Where's Wedge's medal? George. Where is it?
Yeah, George.
I mean, I guess Han and Luke did the final blow to the Empire in that fight, but yeah, I mean, I would say at the very least, Chewie and Wedge should have also gotten medals.
It's the first time I heard about Wedge's medal. So kudos to you for bringing that up. I never even thought about that. So
honestly, I never thought about it until today. So until right now.
But yeah, anybody who was in that battle, there's a few other X-wings that survived, right? And Y-wings or whatever. They should all have gotten a medal because what they did was a miracle. They pulled it off.